Welcome back to the Adulthood podcast.
Yes, sir.
This is volume 61. We had a mix-up earlier, so I might have said 62, but this is volume 61 coming at you on June 9th. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for following the page. Follow me on Instagram at Lara Live, at IamDJAPM, at Adulthood Pod. If you want to see me on the road, I'm local for like a couple weeks. I'm going to be in New York, so follow Lara Live. Come see me. I'll be at the Stand, Gotham, and the Comedy Cellar. Those are my 3 clubs. If you want to see me on the road, next month, I'll be at Zany's Chicago from the 18th to the 20th. And I'll be at Zany's Nashville on the 17th.
Fire.
So come check me out. Also, this weekend, actually, I'll be in Baltimore, Timonium, Maryland, at Magooby's Joke House on the 13th to the 15th.
Magooby's?
Come check me out. Magoob's.
Okay.
Where you going to be at?
I will be around. Holla at me. I am DJ PM. I'll post it.
Thank y'all for listening. Hope y'all mess with this episode. We get into it. A lot of funny stuff. We talk about fighting in the streets, being out with your girl, protecting your girl, all that good stuff. Thank y'all for listening. Adulthood Pod. Peace.
Later.
Coming at you live. The Adulthood Podcast. Again, follow Adulthood Pod on all the socials. Follow us, send us messages, leave us a voicemail. The number is 347-378-9423. I'm Lara Live. This is my co-host DJ APM.
What up, though?
We got Johan the Zohan pressing buttons.
Just celebrated his birthday.
Happy birthday, Johan. And Marty, who is not here.
No, she's not here.
Yeah, Marty B, not here.
Yep.
Apparently, she needed a mental health day.
I think she took a mental health week.
Yeah, this mental health thing, this is like a new thing.
Is it an epidemic?
Our parents didn't grow up with mental health days.
No, they definitely didn't.
In the 90s, you couldn't tell your boss, I need a mental health day.
There was no such thing as burnout.
No burnout.
Yeah,
especially when your role was commenting on a podcast.
Yes.
You know, there was. My mom worked at a factory.
Legit.
Which was, making sweaters. That was
manual
labor.
Yeah.
Not to say Marty's job isn't difficult, but,
Yeah.
Shout out to Marty B.
Come see, come saw.
We miss you, Marty.
Yeah.
How you been, man?
I've been great.
By the way, this is the Adulthood Podcast, the #1 health and wellness podcast in the hood. Welcome back to all our listeners, people who've been listening, been commenting. Our clips have been hitting on the socials.
Yeah, they have.
Continue to share them. Continue to spread the love. That's the only way the podcast grows.
Yep.
Whenever you see us post a clip, comment on it, even if it's just laughing faces. Forward it to like 1 or 2 friends. It helps. It pushes us out there. Our last few clips have been doing great, so continue to do that.
Appreciate you. I've been good. As you can tell, I got my ankles out, so I'm feeling good. It's summertime.
Oh, the Achilles is out. It's summertime.
Yeah.
We're filming this one in the daytime. We usually do it in the late evening. It is 80 degrees in New York City today, and it is nothing like it.
Woo!
People complain about the smell of piss and the man masturbating on the train.
Humidity.
But when the weather hits 80 degrees, it just really tells you. It's different. Yeah. That's why sometimes people be like, and I'm bi, I'm New York, LA.
Okay.
And sometimes people try to say that, LA is this, but all y'all really got is the weather.
That's all you have, bro.
Once it turns 80, we both got the homeless.
Coast. Oh, okay.
So we're even on that.
Yeah.
LA is actually kind of worse, but we're even on the unhoused.
Yes.
All you have is the sunny weather. So once we warm up,
it's night and day. And I was saying this to I think I was saying this to my girl the other day. Like, imagine if New York was New York, but like warm year round, like had LA weather, we'd be undefeated. We probably would have burned New York like 20 years ago. We would have burned it down to the ground.
The Lord knows what he does. Lord knows what he does.
Preach.
New York is not meant to be warm the year round.
No, it's not.
Because when it does reach this temperature, you can tell how people are grateful.
Yes.
A lot of legs out. Men and women.
Exhibit A.
Yeah, a lot of calves, a lot of Achilles out.
Make sure if you do toe treatments, I call pedicures toe treatments.
Yeah.
Make sure you start getting them now. You don't want to like have the weather break and then all of a sudden you starting to go. It's like a month process. Right. You want to make sure you get them heels nice and smooth. You know what I'm saying? Cuticles done. You can't be out here open toes and looking like you was just tap dancing in like a concrete jungle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we've spoke about this. We've touched on this before. I never see a woman's feet out and look at, like, I'm not a feet guy.
Yeah.
I know Johan is.
Yeah.
This is his background on his phone. But for me, I see feet and I just I look away.
No, but sometimes it's just there.
It's always there.
Yeah. Or like if you're going to the beach or something, you know what I mean? Or Like in nightlife, and I learned this, I didn't learn it the hard way. I observed it, and I saw a woman learn this the hard way where she got turned down from the club.
Because of bad feet?
No, well, because of bad feet, because she was wearing sneakers. She had bad feet.
Yeah.
So she was wearing sneakers, and then the doorman was like, "You're not getting inside, only allowing women with heels."
Yeah, I just assume that all women's feet are nice.
Oh,
is that a bad assumption?
That's a bad assumption. That's a bad and a big assumption.
Because I don't look at them, so I just assume that all of them.
Johan, do you hear this? That's crazy. No.
You get in trouble that way?
Yeah, you definitely get in trouble. You
Are women walking around with bad feet?
You never seen Boomerang?
Yeah, but I thought that was like a joke.
No,
that's like we're joking, we're mocking.
No, there's some women out there. Put your shoes back on.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, have you experienced this, or have you heard rumors?
I've seen it. I've never experienced it, but I've seen it where it's just like, oh, okay.
But I thought women were getting pedicures every 3 days.
Yeah, you can get pedicures, but depending on like their lifestyle, what they might have done, they might have played sports, they might have been a dancer. Like any woman who like might have done like ballet or anything like that, their fingers is throwing up like they not like us, like it's throwing up gang signs.
Some men, I found this like while we're on the topic. I saw this on social media. A lot of men like they think it's like I guess an act of kindness, or one of their biggest moves is like offering, like meet a girl and offer to pay for her nails and feet.
Yeah,
that's like a big move now. Have you heard of this?
I'm not too familiar with this. Is this new?
Yeah, men are doing this. Apparently that's like a flex, or whatever the kids say. Which is you talking to a girl and then you just be like, what's your Cash App? And then you Cash App her like $3,000 to get a manicure, pedicure. I don't know what they cost, but that's what I saw on social media.
Wouldn't that consist isn't that love bombing? I thought doesn't that count as love bombing?
I'm not sure if it's love bombing, but I know that I feel like if a man sends you money to get your feet done, who's not your man, and he's trying to impress you, and you get impressed by it, you're part of the problem.
Absolutely.
Because
that's assault.
That's not like money for pedicure and manicure. Some men think women are so easily bought.
That's true.
Like
that's
so
very true.
Easily bought.
That's very true.
And a lot of ladies play into this.
They do. They lean into it.
They just because you don't want to pay $80 to get a manicure, so you want a guy to send you the money for it, but it's like you should be worth more than an $80 manicure.
Or
pedicure.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely should be worth more. But my thing is also the fact that, like, as a man, are you saying that you don't even have conversation skills or any other skills outside? Like, you have to lead with the Cash App?
Yeah, men are leading with money. That's
all time.
Yeah, that's which a lot of my homegirls, like the women I grew up with, they get it. They know they I mean, they're New York girls.
They play the game.
Yeah, they're not dumb. They know what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like I run into some girls who don't really get it, and they'll just fall for it. Like they'll just fall for like a guy just sending them money. Some girls just be like, and I don't know if it's a joke or I don't know if they're serious, but they'll just be like, they'll just put like their Cash App, like their story.
I think they're
like, just Cash App me money, and you're like, why?
I think they're dead serious, and I think that they actually get people that send that $ bad bitch XX, and they'll send it to them.
What? But why? Why do you think it is? And I was having this conversation earlier this week. But why do you think it is that? And I wish we had a female's perspective there. But Marty, mental health.
Mental health. She burnt out.
But why do you think that it's so normalized for some ladies? Again, and we generalize here on the podcast simply because it's funnier.
That's what we do.
But it's so normalized for some ladies to be out here just pretty much begging. Why is that so normalized? Like if a guy did it, everyone would agree to make fun of him and mock him and call him the worst names.
Both gender. Not both genders. All genders, because it's 2024. All genders would definitely agree to that. I think it's a factor of society. I think I blame rappers. A lot of rappers that they just started leading with the money too. I blow a bag on a Birkin.
I mean, if the guy wants to lead with the money, that's him. If he wants to waste his money on you, let him do it, I guess. But I'm more talking about the ladies who we all know. I mean, everybody listening has seen this on Instagram or TikTok, where like a girl would just literally just post her Cash App.
Yes.
Like, send me money. That's like panhandling.
It's digital panhandling.
It's literally digital panhandling.
That's
like,
DP.
Why is that okay?
How is that okay? Who authorized this? You're on fire right now, bro.
No, I'm not trying. And listen,
but you on fire. You're making sense. I never even put 2 and 2 together.
I know there's probably a lot of adulterers who listen to this who are panhandling on the internet, but
keep panhandling.
Yeah, shout out to you guys. But I just want to know, how has this become normalized?
Okay. I think.
Imagine you was walking down the street. It's New York City. It's 80 degrees. It's hot out. Imagine you was walking down the street and you saw one of your homegirls panhandling. Like shaking a thing, asking for donations.
Well,
wouldn't you be like, hey, what's going on?
So,
like, do you need money? You should have just came to me.
Here's my question: with the digital panhandling, I think that they are but they're twerking. So, are they looking for like a tip for the twerk?
No, I mean, that's different. I'm talking about like
pure
the girl who's doing nothing. Like, I've seen girls do nothing. They're just, I guess, pretty on the gram.
So is that a tip? It's a pretty tip. Like they want a tip for being pretty?
I guess. I mean, I consider it begging.
Yeah.
I consider it begging. I don't know why that's normalized, and I'm not trying to hate on you guys or knock you down, but I'm just interested in how does that become normal in like society?
I think we need to have one of them on the show to explain like what the thought process behind it.
Yeah, well, I think even some of them might listen to this and get upset, but I'm honestly not trying to like.
No, you're asking for research purposes,
right? Like I'm not like I could start talking my shit, but I'm not. I'm just honestly asking, as society, both men and women and whatever else in between, where did that become normalized? Like,
you think COVID?
For you, because a lot of times, and listen, again, if it's somebody who needs it, right? You need the money, or you need to GoFundMe for whatever reason. Those are not the people I'm talking about.
No,
I'm talking about girls who like on IG. If you look at them on IG, they have everything. Like, it's vacations and fancy clothes, name brand clothes, dinners, and then they'll just put their Cash App, like send me cash. Some of them have it in their bio. Like, send me money.
I think we need to do a study.
And I think is a lot of women on the other end who don't do this stuff.
Yeah.
Who probably are eating themselves alive because they're like, I wish I had the no shame to do this.
Yes. My question is, do you get taxed on that?
I don't know. I mean, I think that I don't know how much money these girls are receiving. I mean, obviously the fact that they're doing it is working out.
It's
so
crazy.
Shout out to them for doing it. And I'm not trying to knock your hustle. To all our listeners, all the dudes, Cash App a random girl on Instagram. Like,
for her nails.
Make sure they could pay their gas and their rent. I was just asking, like, when did that flip? Because I feel like it had to be within the last 10 years, 5 years maybe.
You think it was COVID that accelerated it?
I think COVID for sure accelerated it.
It moved it up.
I think, but during COVID, there was valid reason for people to be doing that
because they was out of work.
Yeah, some girls who were making $200,000 a year working at the club. Now the club shut down. They making zero, and they didn't save, so they had to do. Which I don't knock. I'm talking about like
you have a job,
city open.
Yeah,
you could work.
There's so many opportunities.
Men for money.
Yeah,
I guess it's the city girl. That whole mentality,
that lifestyle,
of like men have been treating women like garbage for like a long time, which a lot of them have. So they're like, it's time to get it back. Yeah, so we gonna get it back in blood.
Just to get back.
Yeah, but I have a theory about the city girl mentality. This is not this is not a knock to the city girls, because I think they're more a mentality than an actuality. I'm not sure that they are doing the things that they're rapping about. Obviously, I don't know them personally, but I'm pretty sure.
You don't know JT?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure that they're doing it like on. I'm pretty sure they're doing it as entertainment. Yes. I think. Yes. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay. But so I'm just talking about the mentality, not them personally.
Not the actuality.
But I think that the reason why, because I'm hearing a lot of like men complain about that type of music being out there right now.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why guys are upset about it, especially guys who have like daughters or kids or whatever, I think the reason is because sure, men have been rapping about similar stuff for years. For example, I'll take the song like Big Pimpin'. Big Pimpin' is literally the videos on a boat with on a private yacht with a bunch of video models twerking and they're pouring champagne on them. And that type of music has been out, and men, both men and women, have been partying to it for years. Literally, but here's my theory. I think when it comes to men doing it, men generally can't just go and rent the yacht and get 20 girls to start twerking on them and pouring champagne on them. We have to take it to us when we see Big Pimpin'. It's more like a glamorized fantasy.
It's aspirational.
Yeah, it's not real. I don't know. I personally, and I'm into entertainment people. I know rich people. I don't know any man that's doing this. I don't know any man that is on a yacht pouring liquor on these things.
They're not
on hoes. Exactly. It's more aspirational entertainment, fantastical, if you will.
Yes.
But on the other hand, the city girl mentality, that's attainable.
It's actual.
You can do that. A woman can listen to that and apply that tomorrow.
1000%.
I can't do Big Pimpin' tomorrow if I wanted to.
No, you literally can't.
And obviously, I'm using the extreme as an example. I'm using Big Pimpin' as an example. But like
any
song, like what like name any song like Doodle Brown. I can't do what they was doing in that video.
You literally can't.
It's only aspirational.
Yes.
So I don't feel like it was messing up the guy's mentality as far as like intergender relationships as much as it is the woman.
To add to that point,
please,
about it being aspirational, it was also, those people, of course, not even just the fame, you have to have a certain income, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right?
That's the main thing. And it ain't the fame, it's the income.
It ain't the fame, but now on top of what you're saying is that like people are more into fame than income. So like you could be lit on IG, but you're not really rich. Yeah. So that's number one. So like you could be perpetrating and acting like you Big Pimpin', but everybody knows you're still eating oodles and noodles because it's a facade. They have the fake jets. They know all the filters. There's AI now, so everybody can be altered. But to add to your city girl point, your theory, it's like there's women who just are okay setting guys up, taking their money, and just be like, okay, on to the next one.
Yeah, that like if you wanted to meet a guy and drain his bank account, you could do that.
You could. Or if you didn't want to meet him and you drain his bank account, you could do that too.
Yeah, you could do that. So I think that's why a lot of guys, and I'm not knocking it. I mean, look, whatever. I like Sexy Red. I like that music come on in the club, it be lit. I'm not complaining about it, but I think that's why a lot of people do have their complaints, because it's like, you teach, like a young girl who listens to that can put that into practice fairly easily.
But you said the keyest thing too, where it's just like, people who have daughters and children, because I was doing you asked me my weekend or how I'm doing. I just did a bar mitzvah the other day, and
you're very, like, your parties are very high society.
I got range. I did
some of the time, like the events that you tell me you were doing. It's not what I expected,
bro. If my Saturday was, I started out at a bar mitzvah, then I had to go to Taj, which is the club, and then I ended up DJing at Sapphire. I got more range. Yeah,
the strip club.
So I got more range than Steph Curry when it comes to music.
That's a white strip club too, right?
Yeah.
So it's different.
It's different, but
what are you playing, like Miley Cyrus and stuff?
Nah. You'd be surprised. Like, they want to hear that shit. The dancers will come because they were like, hey, can you put on, one of the dancers asked me for Boss Man D-Lo. Couldn't get in with me, was something like that. I don't know. It was like, okay, I see where you at.
Yeah, but they don't do they twerk, or do they just stand there?
You'd be surprised. This was the one in Midtown.
Yeah.
And then the one on...
I actually got asked to do a comedy show there.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't make it. I wanted to do it. Yeah, it was like a couple months ago. I couldn't make it. I wanted to do it. But I was like, who's it for? And they was like a couple of the high rollers. And I was like, you want to take a bunch of high rollers that went to the strip club and then get me to come out there and make them laugh? I don't think this is going to go well.
It's not.
I don't think that's what they came to the club for.
They're not looking for that at all.
Imagine you hate your wife and you come to the strip club and see a bunch of white girls shaking their titties in your face, and then I come out.
It's a comedian.
Like, strip clubs are weird.
Yeah.
Who's ordering the wings?
Yeah.
That's not a good time for anybody.
Not at all.
I was going to do it, though, because I just wanted to be around those type of people.
You should have. You should have. Next time, let me know. I'll plug you up.
So how was it?
The range is, the dad was like, yeah, I don't care what none of these kids say. Do not play that Drake and Sexy Red song. Because he's like, this is my daughter. This is my 12-year-old
Oh, the
daughter.
dad at the bar mitzvah.
The dad at the bar mitzvah was like, yeah.
They was asking for that?
Yeah, that's what the kids want the most.
You couldn't play the clean version either?
He didn't even care. He was like, I don't care. You're not playing this song. It's just like, I respect that.
Yeah.
It don't matter. First of all, I'm the one that's paying for this whole, shebang. You know what I'm saying? Shabbat shalom. And that's number one. Number two, the lyrics are crazy.
The lyrics are crazy. Listen, I don't want to be one of these guys that now come out and start, saying that we got to do better lyrics, because I listen to a lot of garbage also.
Same.
But I just think just for the age, like you're saying for the age.
12, 13-year-olds, come on, right?
You shouldn't be. Yeah.
But then, so I went from there, and then Taj is a totally like 180. It's all, I'm crazy talk, like, shake that ass, blah, blah, blah. Oh, back that ass up.
Breathe.
Yeah, let it breathe. Yeah.
I believe those are the lyrics.
Bend that ass over. Let that coochie breathe.
Yeah,
I think that's how it goes.
Bend it over.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Bend it over.
Yeah.
So that applies in Taj, where everyone is 21 and up, and it applies in the strip club, again, where everyone is 21 and up. And then, so you're going from Miley Cyrus applies at the bar mitzvahs because they love Miley Cyrus, they love Taylor Swift, they love all of that. And then also, we talked about this before, Pitbull is real big in that world. Pitbull, Flo Rida, Dave Guetta, they big in that world.
Yeah.
And then
Jason Derulo.
Big, huge.
Yeah.
Huge. He's like Meek Mill in that world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you go to the nightclub or the strip club, and it's for the 99 and the 2000s, and it's let them titties breathe, and then any song, it's like girls. We talked about this before too. Girls, with the friend with the big butt, they just start slapping it.
I don't like it. Again, not to sound controversial.
Yeah.
Ladies, when your friend with the fat ass is twerking,
this is the clip.
Stop smacking her ass and blocking the view of her ass. We don't want to see your dirty nails.
Somebody didn't cash up you. I think he was laughing and coughing at the same time.
Let her ass shake and let the video be done. Then smack her ass. We don't want to see you smacking her ass.
Public service
announcement. Is that wrong to
say? No. It's the truth. And then they start rubbing it.
I've never seen a girl twerking video and her friend smack her ass, like when her hand get in the picture. I'm like, oh yeah, a hand now.
No. It's like they almost want to be in the video.
You're blocking the view.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna twerk, get your hand out the way.
Out.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, what were you saying?
So then Taj was the turn up, and then finishing up in the strip club. Oh, you were saying that it was white girls, but the internet has changed white girls. White girls ain't standing white girls like it used to be.
Please expound.
They want all of the crazy, sexy red. Like I think I had tried to play Pour Some Sugar on Me, like the standard white girl strip club song. Mm-hmm. She looked at me like, what's wrong with you? It's 2024. Put that shit on. I said,
at Sapphire.
Okay. At Sapphire. Yeah. So, and it's kind of interesting too, because when you DJ in the strip club, the dancers, they actually tip you out. So I'm walking out with singles like I was popping that ass. But
oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always weird, because I get and when I'm doing like spots around the city, I get paid in cash.
Yeah.
So you get paid in cash, then they W-2 you, or W-9, whatever it is. But then sometimes I'll be having to go to the bank with like a big wad of cash, and I'll be looking like, because I'll be organized with it. Like I'll wrap them in like a band and have the thing on it, and I'll be looking like this at the bank. And I have like a business account, but I'm sure they must be thinking like, what do you do for
this guy is doing
you have a
something
business
illegal.
account and you're depositing, whatever amount of money and wrapped in bands. I'm sure they're like,
if you watched the last episode, they assumed that you were doing something illegal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I have that look.
Yeah.
I ran into interesting thing. I was down south. I was in North Carolina.
Shout out.
And this goes back to like talking about the New York versus other states. And I'm not saying every state has its charm, right? There's different states that have different things, and I like them for their thing. But overall, I just think that we just run like a better society here for the most part. Sure, we have our problems. If you've been on the train and you see there's little heroin dens on the subway. So sure, yes, there's problems. But I was recently down south, and I was in I think North Carolina, and I got in and I don't know if I told this story already, but I got in an Uber, and the Uber was like I had a carry-on bag, a roller, and a duffel, and I put my carry-on, the roller, in the trunk, and the Uber was like, "You got to put the duffel in the trunk," and I was like, "Nah, I want to, like, I have my water and stuff in there. There's some stuff I want to take out of it." He was like, "You got to take it out now. You're not allowed to have a bag in the back seat." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? Why can't I have a bag in the back seat?" And the Uber was like, "Well, we don't allow that down here because what if you got a gun in the bag and then as soon as we get into like a place where there's no people, you're going to pull out the gun and try to rob me?" And I was like, "You're picking me up at the airport. That's one. The chances of me having a gun in my bag are almost slim to none." And then I was like, and also, if I was planning on robbing you, couldn't I just have the gun on me?
On you?
Like, couldn't I have just went to the bathroom, take it out the bag, and put it on me? And the Uber driver was like,
"Good point.
I guess you
got
could.
me.
I guess you could do that."
You got me there.
And I was like, and we were just like at a standstill, and he was like, "Put it in the trunk." And I was like, "All right, I guess." So I put the bag in the trunk, and he was telling me that apparently like Ubers would it's like an open carry state.
Yeah.
So Ubers been getting robbed. Yeah.
So was that his own rule, or that's like the state rule now?
I believe it was his own rule.
Yeah,
I don't believe that was
safety?
a state rule.
Yeah.
I believe that was just his own rule. And
So
he was like a nice guy, but I don't believe that was a state rule.
He was traumatized though.
Yeah, he was. I guess he was
Damn.
just scared. And again, I look suspicious, so
Were you wearing those same
he
shades?
was like, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
he was
Yeah.
like, "This guy looks like the type to try to rob
Yeah.
a Uber driver
Yeah.
at 3:00 in the afternoon."
Yeah. After coming from a plane.
Yeah.
From the airport.
Yeah.
You know, my friend actually, shout out to my boy Namdi. He lived down in Atlanta, and he was one of the ones that like I realized that you can feel safe around him because he used to wear really tight pants, and like you can't conceal a weapon when you're wearing really tight pants. So It's just like everybody automatically just felt safe.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he's not carrying nothing.
Now, obviously, I'm pro gun. Like, I'm not like, I think people should be able to like get guns, and as long as you know they're responsible, they should be able to get it.
Yeah.
I personally am not a gun guy. Like
Yeah.
myself, I shot them before. I remember one time I was in Oklahoma, and my opener, nice guy, funny comic, he had a ranch, and he asked me if I wanted to go shoot guns on his ranch, and I was like, sure. And he picks me up. It's middle Oklahoma. I think we were in Tulsa, Oklahoma City. I forget. He picks me up, big pickup truck, F-250.
Yeah.
We drive like 10 miles. Like once we pass like the entrance, it was like 10 miles of dirt road into like his ranch. And when we get there, he pops like the back, and when I tell you he had an army's worth
John
of
Wick.
guns. Yeah, it was like every gun. He was like, "We gonna
In
shoot
the truck?
every gun in the truck," like because he had prepared, so he brought it from his house.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was
Wait, he had a
every gun.
ranch outside of his house?
Yeah. He had a ranch and a house. He had like a normal house in the city, and then a ranch.
And then the
like,
ranch.
in the
Wow,
boondocks.
that's dope.
And I shot like every gun, and it was fine. It was fine, but I was just like, you know,
Not for you.
right. But have you ever been out with somebody like let's say outside New York, because you can't really do it in New York like
It's
that?
3 years automatically.
Yeah, with somebody who has a gun on them.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
And like it's also like, so I got a lot of family in Texas, Houston. Shout out to H-Town.
Yeah.
And people are polite because it's basically, I know you got it on you. You know I got it on me. So there's no need to, you know, escalate things. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry. Hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? There's a mutual respect because there's also the fact that I got somebody I got to get home to. You got somebody you got to get home to. You got a family. So it's just like 1-to-1. But there's also the fact that, you know, somebody has it on them. So like a lot of the New York things that we do here won't fly. Like honking the horn at somebody.
Yeah.
That is basically a shootout waiting to happen.
For sure. I've had it happen too, like down south or in Dominican Republic. When I go out with a guy that has a gun on him, it kind of makes me understand the narrative of like women who want to be with like a tough guy to protect them.
Yeah.
Not that I need protection, but if I know that I'm out with you and you have a piece on you,
Yeah.
I know that I could say whatever I want.
Oh, you letting it go.
Yeah.
Because
if it came down to it, we ready.
Okay.
And I think women enjoy that too.
They definitely do. That's why, you know, if you notice that a lot of smaller women are used, like there's a size disparity, you know?
Yeah.
Like smaller women love big guys, but it's also the smaller women who are like hot-headed.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, it's, oh, okay, they feel secure.
Yeah. By having to fight. And some men I feel like want to like fight, I guess, for their girl. Like they just want to fight in public.
They got to be under 30.
Yeah, because fighting and we've mentioned this, fighting, if fighting was just going to be like, you just going to get punched in the face, maybe have a black eye, swollen nose, whatever, that'd be fine.
One-on-one.
But now,
they don't fight.
Yeah, getting knocked. If you out with your girl and she starts mouthing off and you get into a fight and get knocked out, y'all got to break up.
Literally. She's never going to listen to you.
No.
That's number one. Number two, it's probably going to be on all social media because that's the thing too, where it's not even just a fight just to be a fight. It's a fight. Oh, they fighting. There's cameras around. So it's like ESPN. Everybody has a different angle. You know what I'm saying? They're going to zoom in. And if you get knocked out, I seen a dude get knocked out and his girl had to pick him up.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Live?
I was doing security. Yeah. This was pre-phone time.
What happened?
So he was, first of all, this was on 2nd Ave and 53rd Street in the city. Shout out to anybody who's familiar with New York City at that time. And
what was it? Say it again?
This was Turtle Bay. And we was at the spot. It's no longer around, but it's called Turtle Bay. And I'm working the front door, you know what I mean? And the dude, he's like medium build, but his girl, she's a little bit stocky. And, you know, when people don't know how to control their alcohol, they start flying off at the mouth and they start getting a little bit too much courage. So I think something happened in the bar and they bounced him out and then they bounced the other party out. And usually what happens is you're supposed to make the other parties go the other way. Unfortunately, the guy was still continuing to pop off at the mouth, even though like he had been kicked out. Now, once you're outside the venue, it's no longer the venue's responsibility. So the people came back around and was just like, yo, that shit you was talking about, say that shit to me now. And he was like, before he could finish what he was saying, the dude, boop, 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 knocked him into the garbage can because it was, New York City, you got to put the garbage in front.
Somehow in New York City, it's always garbage.
There's always garbage.
It don't matter what day of the week is. There's a pile of garbage.
This was a Saturday.
There, yeah.
It was garbage right there. And his girl was like, damn, you can't be getting knocked out. You should have been bobbing and weaving. I said,
she was training him like a boxing trainer? She was giving him pointers after you knocked out?
After he's knocked out. I was just like, damn, like, imagine that car ride. Imagine that Uber ride. What are you going to say?
What do you think is worse? Like, all right, poll for the net.
This is a big poll.
What do you think is worse? Your girl starts mouthing off in the streets and you
protect her
don't
honor?
Defend her? Like, you just like calm her down and try to get away from the situation so you look kind of soft, or you get loud like her and then get knocked out.
Which one is worse?
Yeah.
Which one do you think is worse?
I think with your girl, not defending her is probably worse with her. Cause she gonna think she got a.
So you mean calming her down? Oh, so you talking
like
about...
let's say she's mouthing off to like a dude, right? In the street. You know how women get. Like they think that, that they could just say whatever to
anybody.
So let's say she's mouthing off, F you, that's why you got a little whatever, you soft ass. And he's like, shut bitch ass up to your girl.
Yeah.
And then you're like, babe, let's get out of here.
Oh, no.
You're like, babe, let's get out of here. This ain't...
Okay.
Or, same situation. He like, shut your bitch ass up to your girl.
Yeah.
And you're like, you don't talk to my girl like that because we get it popping. Boop, 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 boop. You laid out by the garbage.
Yeah.
Now y'all both quiet.
Damn.
What do you think is worse?
That is like being in between a rock and a hard place, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no win in that.
Johan, what do you think?
Yeah, I don't think you win.
Neither way, yeah.
But you got to pick one.
I mean, the second one where you get knocked out, like you said, ends in a breakup because she ain't gonna listen.
No, I don't think that one ends in a breakup.
I mean, in long term, I think it probably will.
I think if you gonna get knocked out, you should try to get jumped.
Oh, so multiple people.
Yeah, because if you get jumped, you gotta pass. Like if you get jumped and you get knocked out, the next day you could be like, yeah, they jumped me, but I was out there.
And I was defending your honor.
Yeah. That's like one of the moments where you don't want a one-on-one.
Yeah. Okay.
You don't want to get one-on-one knocked out.
Yeah. Okay.
In front of your lady.
Yeah.
If you could get jumped in front of her, obviously that's not going to be good because you're going to be jumped.
It's not going to be good, but then at the same time,
you got a leg to stand on.
It's multiple people.
Yeah.
So
she don't expect you to be able to fight
three,
four people. Yeah. So
like,
all you got to do is, if you hold your own for like 10 seconds with like 3 people, that's it.
You good.
That's it. You just got to do 10 seconds.
But most of the time, not most of the time, because of course, people go out in groups, but it's going to be a one-on-one situation sometimes. So if
ideally you want a one-on-one, but if you get one-on-one knocked out, there's nothing you could really say.
You got
I was dizzy. I ain't have potassium that day.
Yeah.
And I get lightheaded when I don't get my potassium.
My diabetes and yep. Damn.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
See, but the thing is, it's like, so you're saying when you're trying to be diplomatic, but it's not working, and then there's a line that's crossed. Because you can be diplomatic. I think you should be diplomatic up until the B word comes out. Once the B word comes out, then it's fisticuffs.
I think honestly, if you were a lady that, and this is barring, obviously, sometimes you get drunk, you make the wrong move.
Yeah.
Like women do that, men do that, everybody do that. But aside from like, if this is constantly happening where you're going out with your lady and she's getting you into like that type of trouble, you should probably leave that alone.
She's dangerous.
Yeah, you should probably leave that alone.
And especially if
it's not going to end good.
If she's from the East Coast, East Coast women, they throw around SMD.
Yeah.
And so like that's basically a weapon of mass destruction for anybody, again, who's from the East Coast or anybody who's older. You know what I mean? The young kids, they play like that. But if you tell a woman tells a grown man SMD, somebody's either going to the emergency room or,
And I know there's probably dudes listening that see this and they'll be like, I fight all the time. I fight for my girl.
Sorry.
I fight for my girl no matter what. I'm down to fight. But in reality, anybody who knows anything about fighting, like anybody who's like a trained fighter, I feel like their first move is de-escalate. Like, no, I never met
1,000%.
I've never met a guy who's like a great fighter who that's his first go-to, because they understand the repercussions of fights.
They understand the repercussions of fights. And then also like, if you've actually like caused pain on somebody, like knock somebody out.
Yeah.
And like what you have, like I play ball, whatever, but like I also have friends that are 6'8", 6'9", like security, that like they have to de-escalate because they're not like just knocking you out. They're causing like physical damage. Yeah. One of my friends rearranged somebody's face. Like he had to get plastic surgery. Yeah. In a fight.
Yeah.
So like,
you don't want to do that.
No,
that's not work. I'm sure he didn't want to do that. You don't want to rearrange, or like street beef.
And then on top of that is like the legal ramifications too. You know what I mean? Like,
of course. I mean, that's not to mention. Yeah.
So somebody's popping off on you, you end up like rearranging their face. So like you lose because number one, you have legal ramifications. Number two, then they're going to try to sue you. And like, so it's just like that. It costs way too much to beat somebody up.
Bro, if I was out with a girl and a 6'8" security guard started mouthing off at her, my only role there is to de-escalate.
Yeah.
Unless I have, if I have a piece on me or something, that's the only way. But let's be honest. Why am I going? Why like 6'8"? If you 6'8", let's say you 6'8", 320, right,
bro?
There's no world where I can fight you.
No,
you have too much weight on me. Even if I was like a trained fighter.
Some women don't understand that.
No, they don't.
It's not cognizant for them. They're like, no, I don't care.
And also,
I've seen like a small girl go after like those big like type girls.
Yes. And one of my friends was one of those big type dudes, and some girl was popping off. And this is where I learned a lot in this exchange, because he was a gentleman, but he was gentleman enough to like where he basically chokeslammed her boyfriend and had him pinned up against the wall.
And her boyfriend, like, did he deserve it, or he got chokeslammed on her behalf?
He got chokeslammed on her behalf.
Damn,
but not only just
chokeslammed. Yo, if my girl gets me chokeslammed,
bro, it's the craziest thing. Because first of all, anybody whose nickname is Shaq, you should not mess with them, right?
That was the girl's nickname?
No, his nickname.
I was gonna say.
My boy, the security guard. So what happened was the girl was popping off, talking crazy. So they end up having to escort her out, and then she's coming back to him like, and she was, of a fairer skin. So she starts throwing the N-word around. You bitch. Like, so everything's escalated. So then he grabs her boyfriend, pins him up against the wall, and then just slaps him. And he's just like...
Slaps the boyfriend?
Yes.
Oh, man.
And he's like...
If you get me slapped, babe...
He's like, yo...
Babe, don't get me slapped.
He's like, yo, I'm going to slap you every time she curses me out until she calms down.
What was the guy saying?
The guy, he got so mad. Like, he ended up, like, putting him down, and then he, like, grabbed the girl and threw her in a cabin, and they left.
How big was this guy? Shaq?
Shaq was 6'4", 350.
See, that's
like one hand. Nah, that's crazy.
So wait, you still ain't pick which one you think? Either like you bitch up in the moment or you get knocked out. You gotta pick one.
I gotta take the L. I'm gonna get knocked out.
You gonna get knocked out?
Yeah. Oh, I'm getting jumped. I'm getting jumped.
I feel like you don't have the same passes that I have because you're what? 5'11"?
Yeah, on a good day. Actually, I don't get knocked out. Shaq, the same one.
Yeah.
That he taught me a life lesson. He was like, for somebody like me, he's not fighting. He's going to get a gun. So I'm automatically Mr. Peacemaker.
Even though, but that's crazy because y'all the same height.
It don't matter.
So you telling me that these tall men are soft?
It's not that they're soft.
That would be the equivalent of me saying that if I ran into a dude that was like 5'7", 160 pounds, 170 pounds, I'm a shooter.
Bro, he was just like, for you, your big ass, I'm not playing with you.
He's bigger than you.
It doesn't matter.
That's crazy.
That's how he's, but I was bigger at the time.
But
so
close enough.
He was just like, I'm not doing it with you. For you, I'm just.
So under that argument, then everyone should get a gun for him.
Yeah. That's why, namaste. I hit yoga, you know what I'm saying? I try to be in the most zen mood possible.
I saw a dude one time. This is back to high school. Yeah. Freshman year of college, I saw this dude get his face busted by actually my friends. They broke a bottle in front of his face in front of his girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his girl was wilding.
She was wilding?
Yeah, he was trying to stick up for her.
He didn't like de-escalate it?
Nah, he did. I think he was drunk. He didn't de-escalate. He should have de-escalated. But here's the thing. Sometimes I feel like there's a right way to. I feel like also, if you with a group of dudes, right, and it's just a dude and his girl,
yeah,
you don't get no. I hate when dudes see you with your girl, then they want to act tough. You're like, you don't get no points for that. If you see a dude with his girl, you've been out with your girl before. You understand what it is. You shouldn't be like. You should just be like, yo, like control your lady, like control her, like. Because it could get ugly. But I don't feel like you should be trying to like get tough with him. Because he's there with his girl, you there with 5 of your boys. What do you think is gonna happen?
Exactly. It's not fair.
But this dude, that's not what happened here. This dude, like, I feel like my friends were giving him a pass. And he was trying to like mouth off.
Yeah.
And it was him and like two, he had like some boys with him too. It was like him and like 2 guys. But it was like 7 of my friends there. Man. Yeah, and they got the thing. One of my boys grabbed the bottle and this is again college.
Yeah,
this is my friend. They wasn't my boys, but my friends.
Associates.
Yeah. And he cracked, and the dude was just fully leaked, and it was like after prom party. So dude was just fully leaking. Yeah, and I it's crazy because I spoke to like the dudes after, like the dudes that happened. I spoke to them after, and like they was like. Yeah, that was dumb. Like we didn't want to do that. Like we feel bad about that.
Yeah,
like, we didn't want to like. Obviously, it was just drinking, and they got into. And
it's also young testosterone too. That's why we were saying like under 30, like these things not only, but for the most part only happen like when you're like younger. Like now, first of all, I'm not even gonna be in a spot like that. Like we go to bougie spots, you know what I'm saying? Like we was in Miami in a spot like again $150 hookah. If you're in a spot where you're paying $150 for hookah, there's no way there's gonna be a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's too decked out. Everybody's spending money. Like when you're spending big money, it's all about like I got to make a home. I spent way too much to be messing up my clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Yeah, I think that's why, like, a lot of, I mean, the people that I know, like the people who are at the level of celebrity where they have like security.
Yeah.
The security is generally not there to fight. They're there to just de-escalate.
De-escalate, yeah.
They're just there to like de-escalate the situation. Like,
yeah.
Nobody, like your security, you know, does something to somebody, you probably gonna get sued
for a lot of money.
Yeah, so the security is really just there to make sure nothing happens, to kind of break stuff up.
And then the thing is too, like those people, the security is also there because people are crazy. They feel like they can grab you, they can touch you. It's just like, what's wrong with you? Like, there's we from New York. Personal space is very important to us.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. That's one of the things too, where you go out of town or you meet people from other states, other cities, and they're like wild close talkers. Right. It's like, fam, give me like, I was doing COVID before COVID. Give me 6 feet, bro.
Sure. I think also like being from New York, I feel like everybody in New York, like especially if you grew up in any type of like hood environment, you know a dude who's small but like is known for like putting in wreck like all over. Yeah. So I think a lot of times they'll show like respect in that way because they'll be like, I don't know if this one of those dudes. Yeah. He might be one of these wild boys that just get it shaken no matter what.
No matter what.
One time I was out with this girl. We went out to dinner and she, like in the middle, like we sat down, we ordered, and in the middle of dinner, she was like, just to let you know, I got a gun in my purse. And I said, what?
In New York?
No, this was out of town. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. I was like, no, you don't. She was like, no, I swear I carry my gun on me. I was like, why you got your gun on me? She was like, I don't go around without it. And I was like, let me see. And she opened up. She had like a Chanel,
22?
Like a Chanel clutch. And she opened it and had the gun in there.
Well, at least
and
she
I
let
was
you
like,
know.
yeah. And I was like, guess who's getting good service tonight? Us two.
Did you feel safe?
Hell yeah, I felt safe. I felt safe. I was like, we could get it popping in here. It don't matter.
It's all
Who
good.
What? I was in the restaurant like, y'all better bring me my wine before I get mad. And then she get mad. Because when I get mad, she get mad.
And you don't want her to get mad.
Exactly.
You don't know what she got in her bag. But I do.
That was fun.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so I get it. I get that. I get that notion of it.
I feel like, honestly, women should probably carry guns with them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it is very dangerous.
It's dangerous, especially on the subway. And then, like, you were talking about, like, your friends and stuff, because, like, there's also those instances, too, where, like, yo, both of y'all are chilling, and there's some dudes, because they might have the hothead with the crew of dudes, right?
Yeah.
It might be disrespectful, you know, say something crazy to your girl or, like, try to grab your girl. Like, one time, this was years and years ago. This was right out of college. I had gone to the PR Day parade, and it was me, my 2 roommates, my girl at the time, and then I think it was either her cousin or her friend. And like they're walking up, and I'm already on edge, bro, because it's just like in that environment, people drunk.
And if you dress black, bro, like if you dress in black, people assume you security.
Exactly.
Sometimes people want to fight security for no reason.
For no reason, bro, just because you're big.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
I seen that one time. I was outside of a club about to go in, and some dude got into an argument with somebody else, not even with security, with somebody else, and he just started going in on security. He was like, I knock all these security guards out. Yeah. I was like,
what's wrong with you?
They just working. This is like their job.
This is some people's mindset.
Yeah.
So like some dude actually tried to grabbed my girl's thigh.
Ooh,
bro.
The thigh grab?
It was on.
High thigh or low thigh?
Low thigh.
Why?
Just because he thought she was by herself.
Oh, grabbing the thigh is crazy.
So I'm automatically in security mode, and I pull him.
Did you blame her for how she was dressed?
Afterwards.
Okay, good.
But I push him. I'm like, yo, bro, watch your hands.
Yeah.
And then his man came up. And
how was he a big dude? Or?
He was medium sized, but it didn't matter. Like,
what are we talking?
Like 5'11".
That's pretty big, some might say, but go ahead. I didn't know that was medium size, but all right.
So it was just it was me on versus 2. And I'm fine. I'm like, what's up?
Yeah, but you're also 6'5", 6'4", 300.
But
you versus 2 is even.
It didn't even matter though. Like I wasn't even thinking about that. It was just like this is going down now. But it's also the cops came and they de-escalated.
Ooh, that's nice. Beautiful to see cops when it's about to be a 2-on-1. That's a nice. That's when you know, that's Blue Lives Matter.
I feel like I wasn't gonna get jumped though. Honestly, I've been jumped before.
You've been jumped before?
Yeah, but I was 10.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
that don't count.
Yeah,
That don't count. Have I been jumped before? Nah, I almost been jumped. I almost got jumped one time outside of the club just for being there. I wasn't even in the beef. I think
you was just associated.
Bro,
with
I was just there. I think he saw like the person that he actually had problems with.
Yeah,
he didn't want problems with him.
He wanted it with
so
you.
he just transferred it to me, and I'm like, I got nothing to do with this. I'm just like, it's just the let out of the club. Like, this is like college. Like the club gets like shut down because they start fighting about the fight in the club. So everybody gets thrown outside.
Yeah.
So outside is like a big scuffle. But I don't think he wanted problems with the other dude.
Yeah.
So he saw me and then he like, and look at this nigga right here. And I'm like, I'm just standing. He like, look at this nigga right here. We should just beat his ass. And why
You're
you
like,
gonna beat my
what?
ass? I'm just standing here.
Bro, see?
So but I was with my other boy. It was me and my other boy. And we was with a group of girls. And it's college, so I ain't going back down. So he got his hand in my face, like, look at this. We should just beat his ass. And I like slapped his hand out my face.
Yeah.
And then they was about to come at me. It was like him and like 6 of his boys. But I knew one of his boys. It just so happened I knew one of his boys. Like I realized I knew one of his boys, and I was like, oh, what's good? Yeah. He was like, oh, it's good. And then we just dapped it up, and he was like, nah, he cool. And I was like, phew. I almost got waxed outside this club just for standing there with a stupid face.
Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Sometimes having a stupid face could get you into a lot of problems.
And another life lesson is you don't want to be out. Like, once you get to a certain age, don't be the last person in the club. Like, if the club closes at 2, you want to be out by, like, you want to get what you've done and do what you do by, like, 1:15. You don't want to be. I know the let out is big, but like once you start getting,
I ain't never saying no let out. You out your damn mind.
Once you get to a bigger age, bro, if you didn't succeed, try again tomorrow.
I do the let out now because I don't go. I only really do industry events.
So there's
no
let
fight
out.
in that industry
it's
event.
A different let out.
Yeah, it's a bunch of it's fine.
And I'm fortunate enough now where like the spots I DJ at, I know all of the security guards. That's number one. Or number two, I know the back door
security
entrance.
guards is nice.
It's the key.
Like I know security guards in like a lot of places. I've been in a situation where the security guard recognized me. That's nice.
It's so key.
Yeah,
and it's
nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's good. And then don't let it be a place where they got the radios. Yeah, I got the DJ walking down the stairs now. That's key. That's very
nice.
key. Very key.
Nice.
Feeling like Obama.
When you know places, knowing somebody at a place is great.
Key.
Like a manager, a DJ, a security.
Not the bartender though, because that could be a plus or a negative. And the reason why I say that is because then they always want to show you a good time, and you might overindulge.
That's a problem. I feel like a couple times I hung out with you. You knew the bartender, and at this age, I'm not the guy that needs you to like give me 4 shots in my drink.
As soon as
I just want a normal drink.
As soon as you get
I just want a normal drink.
Yeah.
I don't want to drink one drink.
Yeah.
Recently, I was at a party. I was at a holiday party. It was a party.
Memorial Day?
No. It was like during the holidays.
Okay.
During the holidays. It was at one of the clubs, one of the comedy clubs.
Yeah.
And I knew the bartender, and they're making me drinks. I kid you not. I had 2 drinks in a span of maybe 5 hours. And the next day when I got home, I felt like I got roofied. And it was just because the drinks were so strong. And two drinks. I'm a grown man. 2 drinks should not be having me feeling like that.
Woozy.
Yeah.
Woozy.
2 drinks should not be having me feel like that. But you don't want to be like when you know the bartender, you want to be like, yo, just make it normal.
Take it light.
Make it normal.
Because then they're gonna feel like offended. Like, oh, I'm showing you love. Like I would be charging like for anybody else, this would be like $100 drink.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're not drinking the what is going on right now.
Oh, I was just looking at my muscles and the thing. No, because I'm in the gym. I've been in the gym, and we talking about knocking all these people out, and I just want to make sure that that I'm good to go. I've been in the gym.
What just happened there? Yeah, they feel offended because like they're showing you love, and I understand that because like for me, they'll do the 1942 and pour like the triple shot and not charge, and it's like, oh, whoever's with you, and it's like, okay, but then next thing you know, I'm wasted.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation because how do you vocalize to a bartender like, hey, just make me regular drinks.
Please.
Like I just want regular.
Please.
I don't want.
And then the worst is when like
I actually like light drinks, to be honest.
Do you really?
Because I want to drink a lot.
And then also that's true. But for me, what happens is like some spots where you go to for the first time, they might give you drink tickets, and then like you don't know the bartenders like that, so then you have to pay, which is fine. I don't care, whatever. Mm-hmm. But then you get cool with the bartenders, then they start giving you the drinks for free. So you go from having to pay to everything for free. So now not only is it for free, it's basically one time it was just half a cup, and like not the small cups, the big cups of tequila and a splash of club soda. I'm like, I'm not drinking this. Who do you expect to drink? I'm driving, bro.
I'm the kind of person, I want to drink all night.
Okay.
Like I want to drink until the end.
You keep it festive.
Yeah, I want to drink until the end. And in order for me to do that, I can't have more than like a shot in the drink. I'm gonna get wrecked.
Yeah.
I don't like getting wrecked. I don't go out to get wrecked anymore.
And then the thing is too, you in the gym, but like part of drinking is you gotta eat. Come on, Johan, what are you doing?
Sorry.
What are we doing? Part of drinking is that you gotta eat. So now I'm like,
I don't believe that.
You don't think so?
I don't believe that.
No, it's the truth. You can get wrecked. That every time that I've been wrecked is because I didn't eat before. I didn't eat adequately before, and I'm on the floor. My big ass.
I be feeling like you got wrecked because you drink more than you drink.
No, but I'm a drinker.
I know, but that time you drank more than you usually drink, and you forgot how much you drink.
No, because trust me, like I know that like I back in my prime, I could polish a bottle of like of Casamigos by myself, and I'll be fine.
That's tough.
Yeah, at this time
I don't even mix really. Like I'm good if you just give me tequila with ice like this. I'll drink it like this.
That's all you need.
Before we get off the topic, I've been thinking about like before I have a child. I want to learn to like professionally fight.
Jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I want to be able to just be like,
yeah,
and just
I think
end somebody's night.
Because kids pop off too.
Not to fight kids.
No, I'm saying, but like their parents.
Oh yeah. I feel like that because I could see that being more of a problem.
Yeah.
Like having to
1000%.
fight a parent.
Yeah. And then don't let your parent be a comedian, because then, kids, they pick up with wit. So then they might crack a joke.
Also, because we're in our mid-30s, basically, with no kids, we're going to be older parents.
Yeah. We got to stay in shape.
So we're going to be running across, like, the 20-year-old dad that ain't listened to the Adulthood podcast.
Nope.
And is still running crazy.
I don't know. Because we're starting to get recognized. I know you get recognized all the time, but shout out to my barber. Somebody recognized me from his page, and it was like, oh, he's on the pod with Lara. So, we blowing up out here. Yeah.
I love to hear that.
Shout out to Santana. You know the vibes.
By the way.
What's up?
This is very exciting for me. I think I might have made a connection with a new barber.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, which is a very exciting
This is big.
Time.
How you don't lead with this, bro?
I know. I haven't got a haircut yet. I'll fill y'all in because I'm going to get a haircut this week.
Keep us posted.
So I was walking because I've been looking for like a solid new guy.
Yeah.
I got my guys who, shout out to them, but I've been looking for like a solid new guy to really get me how I feel like I need to be.
Yeah.
Haircut wise, pause. And I was walking by a shop and I saw this dude come out the shop and I'm like, yo, who cut you just now? Like I just asked a randomly.
Dude. Yeah. Oh, wow.
I was like, yo, who just cut you now? Because he was lined up. Nice.
Sharp.
I'm like, yo, who cut you just now? And he was like, Juan from back there. And I was like, how long he been your barber? He's like, for a while. I was like, he legit? He was like, yeah. So I was like, all right. I just went for it. I walked into the shop.
Cold turkey.
By myself. I was like, who's Juan? And Juan raised his hand. He was like, I'm Juan. And I was like, somebody recommended you to me.
Yeah.
I'm new to the area. I lied to another man.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is serious.
I was like, I'm new to the area. I'm looking for a barber.
Uh-huh.
Somebody told me you had skills. And he was like, take my number down.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right. I'm going to text you.
I'm going to see you on Saturday.
Yeah. So I left the shop like excited. I'm like, yo, am I a bitch?
I think I found.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, I think I found the one. So
you found the one?
Look, if you're a man, you know what I'm talking about. This is an exciting time. I'm gonna let y'all know how it go. I feel like I got a date.
Oh man.
I feel like I got a date. I'm gonna let y'all know how it go, but just know I'm about to be lined up.
The crazy thing is we got the evergreen next time, so we won't know for 2 weeks.
Yeah, but I'm gonna let you know. I'll call you. If it go well, I'm gonna call you and let you know.
Let me know, bro.
You want
That's
to do
hilarious.
space facts?
Yeah, big space facts. Big
All right.
shout out to my boy Brandon. Yo, he's always checking in, showing
Shout
love.
out Brandon. Where's that shop at?
Mine?
Yeah.
Astoria.
Astoria?
Yeah, Astoria.
Maybe I'll holler at him as a side barber.
Pull up.
I
Santana.
like having a lot of side barbers
Bro.
in case my main barber can't cut.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
because barbers, we talked about this. They're like rappers now.
They
They're
are.
like you need to make an appointment. They be at the club. I'm like, I need a cut. Why you at the club at 3 p.m. on Thursday?
They go on vacation.
Yeah, they be on vacation.
So you got to plan ahead.
Yeah. Space facts.
Yes, big space facts.
So-
Throw the echo on there.
I think I mentioned this in one of the space facts before. One of the ways that they think the universe will end is it's called the heat death of the universe,
Okay.
which means that the universe will
Burn
expand.
itself out.
Well, it will expand so much that it gets too cold for stars to be able to survive. So eventually, all the stars will die off,
Cool out.
and there'll be nothing left. Yeah,
Okay.
it'll be not enough heat to maintain stars. So everything will just basically die out. And they predict this to happen in 200 either trillion or billion years. And I know there's a big
Years
difference.
or light years?
Years.
Okay.
And I
Human
know,
years.
yeah. Light years measures
Light.
distance.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
time.
Okay,
Not
okay.
really time. But 200 trillion years or billion, one of those. But that's irrelevant. But but they say that the reason, if that's the case, if that's how the universe is going to end, which is in 200 trillion, 200 billion years, then the reason why there may not be other life forms in the universe yet is because we're simply too young. We're too new of a universe for there to have developed. That we may just be the only one because we're young. And to put it in perspective, they said, let's say that the universe was going to die in 275. Let's say the lifespan of the universe from inception to 200 trillion years from now was 275 years. They shrunk it down. They said if it's going to end at 275 years, then the universe is only 2 weeks old. So where we are now at 13 billion years, it's only 2 weeks old. So that's why it's possible that we haven't been able to see the Fermi paradox, where if there's aliens, why haven't we seen them? We haven't seen them because they haven't developed yet because we're too young.
We're newborns.
Yeah. And
ever
some people,
seen a
might,
2-week-old?
if anybody ever wondered, the what?
You ever seen a 2-week-old?
Yeah.
They can't even hold
They're
their
just
head
shitting
up.
on themselves.
Yeah.
We're literally shitting on
We're
ourselves.
shitting ourselves.
as
We can't
a
even
universe.
hold our head up. We have no neck muscles.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've never said why we do the space factor. I don't think I have. Somebody hit me up and they know why we say it. And the reason why we do the space facts is because we break down Adulthood podcast, and we get into it and we talk about the problems that we face, getting knocked out, thrown in the garbage outside in front of your girl. And then we do space facts to show you that whatever problems you may have, as big as you may think they are, in the grand scheme of things, they're very tiny. So just try to be happy. That's what we try to preach here at the Adulthood podcast.
The more you know.
I'm me and Lara. This is DJ APM, volume 62. Thank y'all for listening. Peace.